Hello, it's me, Griff from Humboldt Redwood State Park. How's it going, y'all? I am right by the Avenue of the Giants. So let me just show you how beautiful it is. Even right next to the road. So there's the road over there. Look at all these big trees. Isn't it beautiful? All right, so today's going to be kind of a different kind of talk because I'm going to talk to you about something I'm just now learning about. So, not an expert. In fact, I'm going to ask you for some help. So, before I start, let me just show you. We're going to be talking about redwood trees. Coastal redwood trees, Sequoia sempervirens. Sequoia was a half Cherokee, half Scottish guy who created the alphabet for the Cherokee language. So he's the only human that's ever created an alphabet by themselves, as far as I know. Okay, and sempervirens means always living or always green, which is so appropriate on a billion different levels, or maybe a few different levels with the redwood trees. So, but we're not going to get into that right now. But just to give you an idea how tall they are, there's the, I almost said Empire State Building. There is the Statue of Liberty, and next to it is a redwood tree. So they get big. They don't get over 400 feet tall. So if someone tells you, I saw a redwood that was 476 feet tall, they're lying. Because after the water goes up a redwood tree, at 400 feet, the gravity starts pulling it down, okay? So that's as big as they get on this planet for now, unless the gravity changes, but... Anyways, I want to talk to you guys about fungi in the sky with redwoods. I am serious about that. I've been learning so much about fungi lately because I live here and there's fungi everywhere. And also just because I'm around all these mycological kind of characters. So mycology is the study of funguses or fungi, okay? Mycology. So I was listening to Todd Dotson, a talk he gave in 2008, and he is a Berkeley professor, super smart dude, and he was talking about foliar uptake in redwoods. So foliar uptake, foliage, leaves, uptake. You guys are learning some words here, today. So what redwoods can do is they can drink, and other plants in the redwoods, they can drink through their leaves. So if you listen real carefully, you'll hear, so listen. I'm just playing, you don't hear that. So when I heard about foliar uptake, I figured that the stoma, which are like pores in leaves, I figured that the water was going through there, but Todd Dotson from Berkeley says no, they haven't proven that yet. So this is unfolding science. But they did find something interesting that I'm going to get to in a while. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about the weather here because it relates, it's relevant. This is a Mediterranean environment, which means wet winters and warm summers. But what's different for us than the other Mediterranean environments on the planet, like Australia, parts of Australia, and the Mediterranean region like Italy and stuff, and Chile, the difference is we have tons and tons of summer fog. Okay, tons of summer fog. Trust me. Okay, so we can tell if a plant is getting its water from rain or fog by the amount of isotopes. Isotopes? What's that? Isotopes is really hard for me to explain. It's like radioactive elements, blah, 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 blah. Look it up. It's trippy. But you can tell where the water comes from by the isotopes. So scientists have found out that redwood trees get a lot of their water from summer fog, which is the reason why we have redwoods, is because of summer fog. If you overlaid a summer fog map on the redwood region map, it looked the same, okay? So summer fog, and the leaves are drinking through it. Now, there's a lot of fungi associated with redwoods. In fact, there's like hundreds of fungi in a redwood tree, which I did not know until recently, because you don't see fungi damage in redwood trees. So scientists are trying to figure out what those fungi are doing. Okay, so it's still a mystery. There's a lot of mysteries in science. That's what makes science science, is that science is always trying to prove itself wrong or learn something new. It's not trying to always prove itself right like everybody thinks. And it's a process. It's not like an end-all, be-all. But here's one of the fungi that I just read has a relationship with redwood roots. So these fungi under the ground, so this is just their sexual organ, okay? So think of fungi like that. Fungi are trippy because people think they're plants, but they're not plants. What is this, a parade? Like all of a sudden there's 8 million cars going by. Good Lord, what happened? So fungi are more closely related to animals than plants. Isn't that weird? Isn't that bizarre? Think about that sometime when you're bored. Look in the mirror and say, fungi are more closely related to animals. It will trip you out. But it's going to get trippier here, folks. So we have a lot of fungi that there are like white strings under the ground. Maybe you've seen them when you've turned over leaf stuff. And then the mushrooms are just sexual organs, okay? They're like the fruiting bodies. But the real fungi is really, really small. In fact, there's like miles of mycelium, that's the fungi's real body, and just like a little bit of dirt. Crazy, okay? So you can learn more about mushrooms of the redwoods, and I'm gonna get to the fungi in the sky with redwoods by looking at this book, but you should read the version that's not in mirror form. But this says Mushrooms of the Redwood Coast. Mushrooms of the Redwood Coast. And this is a pretty comprehensive book. But there's a lot more that we're still learning about funguses. So back to foliar uptake, which is plants drinking through the leaves, which a lot of the plants on redwoods can do, especially sword ferns. So Todd Dawson showed this picture. Now this picture is a microscopic picture, and it's of a cross-section of a leaf, okay? And this is the leaf, and that's the stoma. But these little things, that's the hyphae from the fungi. So that's the fungi's like little weird body, okay? So they think, now here comes the siren, good Lord. There's like never any traffic this time of year, and then all of a sudden there's like parades and police sirens. So the fungus lives in the cuticle, which is leaf skin, and then it has these hyphae that go in there, and it's bringing the water and nutrients, because there's nitrogen in fog water and Lord knows what else, and it's bringing that to the leaf. It looks like he's still trying to prove that. I've been looking for updated information on this, and I couldn't find any. If you know of some, please put the link in there, because I'm so curious, and I cannot find if there's a fungus living 300 feet up a redwood tree in the leaves that's helping the redwood drink water. That's mind-blowing. And redwood leaves look different depending on how high you get into the tree. So this is the bottom, this is what we see. But when you get higher and higher and higher in a coastal redwood tree, the leaves start looking like this, and this is to conserve water. Okay, so these are the leaves that, you know, even these will have like covered in funguses. And so the fungi are helping the tree drink water, and then the tree's probably giving photosynthetics, like sugar made from sun. That's mind-blowing, is that plants can make sugar out of sunlight. That's crazy. So this awesome symbiotic relationship is happening way high in the trees, and that's why I called this Fungi in the Sky with Redwoods. So sing that song and think about that mystery. And if you have any more information about it, please put it in the comments, because I want to learn more.